Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to go through how to start investing with a little bit more of a personal touch. So stick with me on this one and let's see what we can get into. So the weather's a little bit all over the place today. It keeps going sunny, cloudy, to can't really make its mind up, which is standard England. Anyway, so yes, today we will be going through how to start investing, but with a more personal touch. We're going to cover like how to look into the future, not how to look into the future, but looking into the future, money plans and kind of monitoring and that kind of thing. So as always, please do like and subscribe. I really do appreciate that. And obviously if you like content like this and just general kind of stock investing and kind of productive content, then please do subscribe to the channel. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So for me personally, investing is starting with an end goal. What do you have kind of in mind for the future? Are you investing for the retirement? Are you investing for your kids? Are you investing for a house? Or maybe all three? So yes, it kind of starts with an end goal. So for me personally, I'm going for a very healthy retirement and probably looking towards kids. I don't have it at the moment, but looking towards saving for the kids and looking at obviously buying a house at some point in the future. So yes, they're kind of my goals. So I do have all three, but obviously the overall goal for me is to have a very healthy retirement, or even just an early retirement. That would be very nice. I'm sure everyone wants one of those. So yes, it's important to have an end goal. It could be anything, but obviously it's personal to you, so you create that goal and stick with it, and that's your plan. The next one for me is imagining a future. So is there robots flying around? Well, I hope not. Is there robots kind of generally taking over the world? Is there lots of printers, lots of electric cars, those kind of things? So for me, again, personally, it would be electric cars. So I put most of my money in electric cars. So Tesla and NIO, I've put my money into currently. And I see obviously those two companies doing quite well, and just electric cars being quite a big thing in the next 5 to 10 years in general. So yes, put your money where your future is. Another example of that is obviously kind of your medical side. So you've got genomics, they're looking at editing genes, 3D printers, especially the kind of 3D printing the electrical side of things. So you wouldn't have to kind of manufacture them in such a way that we do at the moment. It would just be kind of print it done, which is what Nano Dimension is doing, which I've also kind of invested in. And then obviously just kind of general kind of software things to make companies work faster and kind of more effectively. So software is obviously going to be quite a large thing. I mean, technology in the last 20 years has moved on massively, and apparently a lot of people are saying that it's just beginning, which is scary but also quite exciting at the same time. So yes, imagine a future and invest in it. So next up, you've got to have some sort of money plan, in my opinion. So obviously you would like to invest every month, but without breaking the bank. So if you get paid £2,000 a month, for example, you're not going to put 1,500 in there. That would just be stupid. So you want to kind of consistently put in the same amount every month. So with my video up here, pot method, you really can go through how to break down what you get a month into kind of pots. It's not my idea. I've taken it from books and podcasts, kind of merged it. I'm just sharing it with you guys as per the video as well. And yes, so go through that, and then you can set yourself a nice kind of steady limit of what you put into different pots. Obviously one of them being an investment pot, and you can go from there. I find having a money plan really important because it really does keep you on top of your savings, your not your spending as such, but your kind of allocation to spending, certainly. And obviously with the investments, you can put them in. You can save it up in that pot and then put it in quarterly when there's a correction or a crash or something like that. Put it in every 6 months, so you can do it in bulk, or you can just steadily and put it month by month. So next up is an actual broker. So you obviously need to invest, but who with? And again, this is kind of a personal touch. So you've got Trading 212, Freetrade in the UK. In the US, you've got Robinhood and things like Webull, of all of which you can get sign-up offers. I do have a link for a free share that you can get yourself with Trading 212 and Freetrade, and they're both in the description down below. So yes, you can use either of those, but you can also use Hargreaves Lansdown. You just feel free to use whatever's comfortable to you. So for me personally, Trading 212 is my favourite platform, just because it's easy to use. I can check up on the technical analysis, I can just kind of shortlist things nice and easily, and obviously there's a bunch of stocks on there that when I go through my research and look for stocks, I quite often find them on Trading 212, so then I save it to a watch list and then go from there. So ultimately, having a broker that you like and you like the look of, so some people might prefer Freetrade because it's nice and easy, it's simple, and yeah, so it's kind of personal to you. So next up for me is an investment plan. So I think it's important that we have an investment plan. So it could be anything from a long-term kind of steady, increasing some more stable stocks. So you've got kind of your Apple, your Caterpillar, those kind of brick and mortar stocks, your financials, the banks, etc. And so you've got those stocks if you're looking for kind of a consistent return, rate of return, year on year out. Or you can obviously use ETFs, which is exchange traded funds. Now if you're not too sure what they are, I do have a video up here in the top right hand corner for you that you can watch, and it's all about kind of different strategies and so on and so forth. So ultimately it is very important to have a strategy and stick to it. Now you can switch strategies, but you have to be very aware of this, and you have to have very good knowledge of which one you're switching to. So you could go from a long-term high growth portfolio to a long-term dividend portfolio. Now again, I dive into those in the video I've just linked up in the top right hand corner for you. So you can go ahead and watch that and learn about those strategies. Next up is all about monitoring. So monitoring your savings plan, monitoring your input plan, and monitoring the stocks that you've invested in. Now with the pot method in general, I think that takes care of all the money side. So it takes care of what you're saving, what you're putting into different pots, and what you're allocating per month, per quarter, per 6 months, whatever you do. And then obviously with the stock side of things, it does get a little bit more complicated because the investments that you're invested in, so for example your Tesla, your Nano Dimension, your Apple, you want to keep up on the news, you want to see what they're doing, see what's going on, see if it's positive news, see if it's negative news, that kind of thing. So you want to keep on top of that. And it's not always easy, but you need to kind of follow them on Twitter, or look at people on YouTube that cover those stocks. There's one guy called Richard Allen. I don't know if I can actually link channels, but if I do, I'll put it up here. If not, I'll put a screenshot. And he covers Nano Dimensions and Sensonics and all that kind of thing. And he gives very good information on those channels, at least from a perspective that is mine. So yeah, you can use kind of YouTubers in that kind of way. And also, obviously, just tracking it on Yahoo Finance, you can look at the news articles that way. I probably can set up email alerts if you're into that kind of thing as well. So there is lots of different ways you can track your investments. It's obviously you've got to find one that's comfortable to you. So the last one for me is a very important one in my opinion, and that is learning and improving along the way in your investment journey. So it's important to kind of keep up with the podcasts and read those books regarding investing and kind of financial freedom and that kind of thing. So it's important to kind of keep on top of your knowledge so you can keep growing. You don't necessarily have to use it all, but it's good to know it all. So when you see that market correction, you can just identify why that's happening rather than just panicking and selling all your stocks and starting all over. Because obviously that's where you set yourself back, and that's where you can't grow going forward. Because if you do that, then you're going to set yourself back. So it's important we keep learning, we keep growing, we keep expanding our minds with our investments. So if you expand your mind, you kind of ultimately take control of all that larger amounts of money, in my opinion at least. So throughout this video we've kind of gone over the kind of end goal of investing, that end goal, what are we investing for, then looking at the kind of future, then the money plans, and the kind of monitoring the stocks, that kind of thing. Now if you took any value from this video at all, please leave a comment down below. I really do appreciate that, and maybe you could help out some other viewers and have a strike off a conversation with them, and so on and so forth, and we can all kind of learn and grow together. As always, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content where I talk about investing, and obviously I talk about productivity tips and that kind of thing, and the general mindset through investing and going on that journey ourselves. So yes, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care guys.